Hey guys, this is undercoverdudes all the way from Dana with my first impressions on Lunar Labs and Arms Race. Now I have to say Lunar Labs is a very inspired map. Nexon took a really harsh look at Quantum Labs because that map was, in majority of people's eyes, a failure. It was boring. The gravity just didn't really work with the context of the situation and context of the map. The teleporters were really rubbish, the ones where you go on top of the pillars. Normal teleporters were just random because you got no idea where you're going because the map was symmetrical. Overall, it was a bit of a flop and not many people enjoy it. It's kind of at like the pit of Combat Arms maps that people don't play, like Brushwood. Quantum Labs is in there right now, and you know, it's a shame because it could have been a good map. But Nexon took a really good look at Quantum Labs and tried to make the same idea with the gravity and changing like that, but just make it original and unique. And I have to say they have pulled it off. Lunar Labs is a very big map. It's much bigger than I expected from the little trailer Nexon put out. I thought it was going to be like even smaller than like Quantum Labs, but it is a really big map, but it's deceiving. The one big deceiving thing about this map is the fact that when you spawn, you come out these doors and it look blue. It has all the blue signs and stuff like that. But when you go out and the doors close, they go red, so you can't go back in. So you're actually gone and locked in the main area of death, as I call it. And such, you're going to have to go and fight it out until you die, or until you see a door unlock because somebody spawns in. And then you can use the teleporters in there to get someplace else. So in reality, the map is quite extensive, and that is really good. Nexon took a lot of time putting that all together. That door idea just really works and makes the action really fresh. And then we have to go and talk about the gravity, which is very different from Quantum Labs. When it's blue, when the whole map just has that nice blue tinge, gravity is hyper. It's that normal, really reduced gravity that we've been used to from Quantum Labs. But when you hit a switch in this corner of the map, this really tiny switch, everything goes red. And then you have this reduced gravity. And it's just normal. It's just normal what we expect from normal Combat Arms. But it feels so different. If you're in the middle of the fight and you're jumping around just evading all the bullets and then it just goes back to normal, it just changes up the fight so much. And that is really unique and something people got to get used to. Some people won't like it, but honestly, I think it's really unique and different. And that's what I want from Combat Arms. I don't want the old, the normal stuff. I want something different. And this is really cool in my opinion. The fact that the game can just suddenly change in the blink of an eye is pretty cool. So saying that, Lunar Labs, I have to give it like an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. It is a really inspired map and definitely a good direction for Nexon to go. Arms Race, however, is, you know, a bit lacking in my opinion. The whole, you know, gun game has been stolen from Counter-Strike countless times. Call of Duty went and stole it, and countless of other first-person shooters. But the way Nexon's gone and implemented it, I don't really enjoy it. The fact is that Combat Arms has over 300 and something weapons, and they're not going and implementing a lot of them into this mode. It's only a very small selection pool, even though it may seem pretty big. You just see a frenzy of machine guns and PP-19s, but the games I've been playing, I've been getting stuck with the same guns, and that is not good enough, especially from a game like Combat Arms. Call of Duty, of course, because there's a limited amount of guns you can choose from, but Combat Arms, there is a lot of weapons. They should have made it random. You could pick up NX Res, you could pick up GPE, NX, whatever. And then also, another criticism I have to give is the fact that you have to get 4 kills with one gun to go and progress. Now, I've been getting SG550s quite a lot, and they are really annoying to get kills with, especially 4, and especially in Lunar Labs, with the mass gravity reduction. It just really isn't good enough to get all these, you know, random guns that are not especially good, and then you have to get 4 kills with them when people getting like dual Scorpions and G36Es at random times, you know. Nexon, make it 2 or 1 kills, preferably 2. You want to get 2 because you don't want to be swapping every single time, but 4 is just too high in my opinion. So overall, I have to say this patch is pretty cool. Lunar Labs is a really nice map. I'll definitely be playing. Arms Race needs a bit of tweaking, but I can definitely see it being a very played mode. Just because you get all these different weapons, it doesn't really matter what gear you're running. It doesn't really matter what guns you're running because you're getting the guns in the game. So it's fair to an extent. You put it on maps like Junk Fleet, it's going to be absolutely chaotic, and it's going to be definitely a lot of fun if Nexon just go and tweak it just a tiny bit. But other than that, Undercover Dudes, all the way from Down Under, out.